Kung Fu Kid comes to Netflix. Let's talk about the upcoming series today on Behind the Mask. Welcome to the first episode of Behind the Mask, a place where we can get down and dirty and talk about our favorite shows and movies. It's not a review, just a place to share our thoughts and talk our favorite superhero TV, movies, and my personal favorite, cartoons. This week, Iron Fist. Yes, I've seen it. Well, some of it. I was privileged enough to get a 6-episode preview of the show a few weeks ago. Now again, this isn't a review, it's more, to steal a Kevin Smith term, an askew preview. And it will be spoiler free. I won't reveal anything that wasn't already in the trailers or the promotional material. If that's more than you want to know, go ahead and stop the video right now. I'll wait. Iron Fist is the 4th series and the 5th season of Netflix's Marvel production, and the last entry until we get the finale, The Defenders. It follows up the success of 2 seasons of Daredevil, as well as a season of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, all of which have been renewed for additional seasons. So, as a fan of Iron Fist, I have to say, I was pretty happy with the first 6 episodes. Like all Netflix series, this one is still pretty much grounded. We're still in New York City, but now it's Uptown versus Luke Cage's Harlem or Matt and Jessica's Hell's Kitchen. The show does give you an old kung fu movie kind of vibe here and there, which I kind of enjoyed. Also, I found a few minor Marvel characters in there, so when you meet people, Google their names. So it's not perfect, not everything works, and there are a few minor issues. None of them are overwhelming, or some of these things will be ironed out in the remaining season. I only saw 6 episodes, so needless to say, lots of loose ends. The trailers really do give us a nice sense of how the show kicks off, seeing Danny return to New York, finding it less than hospitable, and seeking to regain his identity. Finn Jones takes Danny on a quest of self-discovery during the first story arc. One thing I did like about how he portrays Danny was how he really did seem to carry that kung fu cool that Iron Fist should have. Kind of very David Carradine-esque. I did enjoy how he reacts to violence and his reaction to his own internalized rage. I did like this casting, despite all the recent hullabaloo on the internet about it. The fish out of water story is well portrayed, not Danny being misaligned with the folks of Kunlun, which we get some teases of, but Danny's a fish out of water in our world, not even understanding modern technology or even how to order takeout properly. The supporting cast of characters is great too. Jessica Henwick plays Colleen Wing. She really nails her part and makes her one of the most interesting characters on the show. Her fight scenes are well done, and her background in martial arts is very apparent. The story brings her and Danny together in what would appear to be on the surface natural allies and friends, but maybe more. Now, Rosario Dawson also makes a return as Claire. I do like her character, but she may very well be the most unlucky person in all of New York City, the biggest trouble magnet in MCU history. That's really my only fault of the show, is the convenience factor of some of these crossovers. We did see Claire grab a tag for Colleen Wing's martial arts school at the end of Luke Cage, so. Also, these first episodes saw a lot of the Meacham children, which don't really appear a lot in the comics. Their expanded roles help the story quite a bit. Jessica Strope plays Joy Meacham, a childhood friend and soft heart for Danny. Strope's been a few shows over time, most famously 90210. I like her Joy. She pulls off an emotional attachment to Danny pretty well. Tom Pelphrey plays Joy's brother Ward. Ward is the quintessential douchebag older brother, and Pelphrey nails it. This guy just emotes privilege and really does a great job of serving as a yang to Joy's much lighter yin. I almost think this was done on purpose considering some of the themes of the show. They both play well off each other and seem like very different people, but still siblings. Then there's Daddy Meacham, Harold, the man who inherited Rand Industries when the whole Rand family disappeared. Now, if you know the comics, you know that Harold is directly responsible for the death of Danny's parents. This is spoiler-free, so I won't give any details from the show, but let's just say Harold Meacham still feels like the Harold I remember from the comics. He's just bad. But it's Harold's secret that brings the whole story together, but that I won't share. Now, this brings us to the other major baddie we've seen in the trailer, Madame Gao. Her Ghost in Return of the Marvel World is right on time. One of my favorite baddies from previous series, her influence and interest, well, let's say the trade goods, continue to play out. She is mysterious, powerful, and not to be trifled with. My favorite female villain in all of Marvel live-action media, and she doesn't disappoint here. I know I'm not the only one who thinks she's the Crane Mother, by the way. She just fits the role perfectly. She helps us weave together several of the threads of previous Netflix shows, helping light up a path to the upcoming Defender series, which will be clearly coming out. Now, the show doesn't come off without issue. Finn is a little less physical than I would like, but I am unsure if this is Finn or Danny's kung fu calm working its magic. The vast majority of the physical conflicts with Danny, he doesn't want to fight, so there is a passiveness about him, which comes off maybe the wrong way. There's also some of the aforementioned convenience factor, which sort of continues to be annoying. As someone who's been to New York City a couple times, it does feel odd since the place is so big and odds so long that people would just simply cross paths. Also, Uptown New York is simply not as engaging as, say, Hell's Kitchen or Harlem. Danny's return is a bit of a slow burn. The funny thing is that many complained that Luke Cage fizzled out after 6 episodes, and I felt like this show was just getting started. I'm hopeful that the remaining season will continue to pick up the pace. Now, if you paid attention to the trailer, you may have saw things I left out. If it was spoiler heavy or didn't happen in the episodes I saw, I didn't include it. I enjoyed the show and want to make sure others also enjoy the show by remaining spoiler free. With less than 10 days till the series drops on Netflix, the wait is almost over, so fire up your incense, center your chi, it's almost time. If you like this askew preview of Iron Fist, click the like button below and don't forget to subscribe. A full spoiler review of the series will be coming soon on the channel, so stay tuned. Till next time, peace.